Right now, investigators are trying to figure out what caused an explosion that killed 2 people in the town of Springfield. We're live at the scene with the latest. Also, understanding severe weather, how the latest technology helps predict when and where dangerous storms will form. And later, a proposed overdose drop-in center will soon be heard by the Dane County Board Health and Human Needs Committee, why those proposing it say it is critically needed. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. An investigation is underway after a house exploded in the middle of the night, killing 2 people. Now, it happened just to the north and west of the Middleton Airport in the town of Springfield, and that's where we find News 3 Now's Maddie Heimsch live at the scene of the explosion. Maddie, what can you tell us tonight?
Eric, those 2 people were found dead among the debris today after crews were fighting the fire all night. And as you can see here behind me, debris is really all that's left as this house has been completely leveled. We have Ring doorbell footage from a neighbor of the explosion the very moment that it happened. Take a look.
It was just a huge explosion. It rocked the house. It woke up all the neighbors on the street. The whole woods were on fire.
Neighbors tell me the 2 people had been living in the home on Capitol View Road for at least 45 years.
I think that they were always good people, never issues, right, with them. You know, they would come up to my house to ask permission to come onto my property and to do things like that, come bird watch, things of that nature up here.
Aaron Shelton, the neighbor closest to the home, told me he didn't believe that the victims had children or family members living nearby.
Kind of kept to themselves a bit.
The Dane County Sheriff tells me he can't confirm the cause of the explosion.
The scene has to be safe. As you see, it's very unstable. There's nails, there's debris, there's insulation, there's bullets, there's ammunition everywhere. And as our team is going through there, you see there's flare-ups as well. You remove one piece of debris and then all of a sudden temperatures may flare up.
Neighbors reported hearing gunshots coming from the house, but the sheriff says ammunition being stored in the home was likely set off by the fire, aggravating the explosion.
There was some ammunition there, which is typical, right? Typical in this area is nothing that was out of the ordinary.
We did get confirmation from Madison Gas and Electric that they provide electric service to this residence, but not natural gas service. The explosion is still under investigation, and we will continue to update you here on News 3 Now and on channel3000.com. Reporting live in Middleton, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Maddie, thank you. And as this story continues to develop and crews are assessing the damage, make sure to stay up to date with the latest information by downloading our free news app. Just search WISC wherever you find your apps. Turning to weather now, another calm, sunny day out there, or I should say, finally, another calm, sunny day. Blaze is on the patio with the forecast.
Yes, and I am getting distracted because I just found a nest of baby bunnies in one of our flower pots, and it's so cute. They are adorable. I'm going to let them be, as many DNR folks would probably tell me to do, but they are so cute, and what a perfect day for them to relax in this cute little flower pot. It has been very nice across southern Wisconsin. Quiet on radar 3000. A little bit of cloud cover kind of throughout the day, as expected, with a high pressure system kind of popcorned across southern Wisconsin, providing some shade here and there at times, but with these light northerly winds and these very low for this time of year dew points, it has just been an absolutely gorgeous Wednesday, and it's going to be another beautiful day on Thursday as well. Dane County, we're in the upper 60s to low 70s, a wider view showing very similar temperatures. But once you get to the east of really Jefferson County, closer to Lake Michigan, right off of the lake, upper 50s to low 60s, 70s along the Mississippi and Wisconsin River. So a very, very pleasant Wednesday evening here. Over the next 12 hours, we're going to slip into those 40s here, northern Wisconsin, underneath frost advisories as we near the end of May. Hard to believe, but we are going to track out, even though it is nice now, when the return of rain is set to move back across southern Wisconsin, coming up in the full forecast.
Historic year for severe weather in the state so far. And while we can't, of course, stop a tornado, we can gain a better understanding of how they are formed thanks to new technology. Our Catherine Murr caught up with one severe weather expert right here in Madison.
A UW-Madison scientist is behind novel research to study tornadoes and storms.
I spent a lot of time just banging away at the computer.
Some scientists study severe weather after it happens on the ground. Lee Orff looks at them through a supercomputer.
I've found a way to bring these storms to life that other researchers haven't.
Computers allow him to build 10-meter resolution models that can directly simulate tornadoes.
I will do what I can to bring those storms to life so that scientists can see the intricate details of what happens when tornadoes form And once they form, how they behave, and then how they decay.
We've had 22 tornadoes in the state of Wisconsin so far this year.
Yeah, this year has been a big year, I will say.
As we continue to trend toward record numbers of tornadoes and thunderstorms, he wants his work to keep communities safe.
The overarching goal of a lot of research like what I do is we understand the storm better so that we can predict it better, so that we can issue warnings for tornadoes before they occur and not issue false alarm.
Make sure to continue to check in with our First Warn weather team for the latest updates. Reporting from UW-Madison's campus, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Tomorrow, the Dane County Board's Health and Human Needs Committee will hear a proposal to create an overdose drop-in center. It was recommended by a subcommittee to look into the matter last month. Funding would come from the National Opioid Settlement that was reached back in 2022. District 2 Supervisor Heidi Wegleitner tells us a center for harm prevention from drug use is critically needed.
It's a place where people can go to get these critical services, as well as new services like drug checking. To see if your drugs are deadly, you know, if you're taking what you think you're taking. I mean, that will save lives.
The center, if created, would serve moms, babies, older black men, members of the LGBTQ community, as well as others most impacted by opioids. The Biden administration continues its push towards clean energy with new grants for local schools. And today, the White House announcing the winners of its 2023 Clean School Bus Program competition. Recipients will receive a split of $900 million to invest in school buses that burn fuels other than diesel, with the vast majority of them being electric in some capacity. The project hopes to reduce the amount of greenhouse gas emissions caused by mass transit for students. Startups in Wisconsin are getting a big boost from a new investment announced today. Governor Tony Evers, joined by the Wisconsin Economic Development Corporation Secretary and CEO Missy Hughes, revealed the next step forward for entrepreneurs in the state. It's called the Wisconsin Investment Fund. It consists of $100 million in private and public ventures. The investment fund was announced at Forward Biolabs, which has helped launch several successful startups.
To date, we've served over 45 companies, about 3/4 of which are in med tech or biohealth, and 1/4 of which are in other industries, ag tech, clean tech, and related industries. These companies have amassed $360 million in investment and grants.
The fund is receiving money by matching private and public funds. For every public dollar put forward, a private fund will match it. Wisconsin Department of Ag, Trade, and Consumer Protection says it has mailed this year's Wisconsin Dairy Producer Survey to all licensed dairy producers. DATCAP officials say dairy producers can complete the survey by returning the printed version using the postmarked prepaid return envelope included in that mailing. And dairy producers can also choose to complete the survey online by scanning the QR code that is at the top right corner of page 1 of their printed surveys. They should return that survey by June 30th. It is a big night at Monona Terrace. Tonight, it's the Madison Sports Hall of Fame banquet. Let's head out to Sports Director Zach Hanley with more on tonight's celebration. Zach?
Yeah, Eric, you hit it right on the head. A big night, an exciting night. The 61st enshrinement of the Madison Sports Hall of Fame. The guy who made this and is a big part of putting this on, Al Schumacher. Al, thanks for joining me. The night is here. Is it time to take a deep breath with all that hard work and planning you've been doing all year?
Now is the fun time. You know, it's the time to get together with all the Madison sports icons, from Pat Richter all the way down to the new inductees going in this year of Nathan Brown, Jerry Haug, Reese Gaines, and Sarah Doctor. It's just it's a beautiful night.
How long does it take to plan something like this?
Well, we start, actually, I got next year's date already planned with Monona Terrace, so it starts a year in advance, but the heavy planning starts in November and works its way, really ramps up come April.
You mentioned this a little bit ago, but is this the best part for you, seeing, you know, all the excitement and, you know, there's a lot of emotion going into the night?
I love seeing the inductees when they get here and the smiles on their faces and the smiles on their families' faces. That's just what makes it so much fun.
Now we're honoring, you know, athletes, coaches. I heard you were a pretty good football player back in your day. There was somebody told me a story about you carrying the ball 47 times in a game.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm so short now, because I got knocked down a peg or two.
Well, Al, we couldn't do this banquet without you. We really appreciate you. And it's going to be a fun night, right?
We're enjoying it, and we thank people like you for coming and presenting at our banquet.
Awesome. Well, Eric, we'll send it back to you.
Going to be a great night down there. Zach, Al, thank you. When we come back with the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk for Breast Cancer just weeks away, we'll hear from a local breast cancer survivor who's fighting the disease once again. Plus, a new study suggests a new way to help reduce the risk of nut allergies from ever developing in a child, what parents should know.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
From time to time, everyone can use a little help, especially after a serious accident. We'll take care of everything so you don't have to. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Get an 11% rebate on your outdoor project at Menards. We have the largest in-stock selection of concrete landscape blocks and AC2 pressure-treated lumber and decking. Plus, you can plan your deck or concrete landscaping project using our easy do-it-yourself design programs and get a free estimate fast. Get an 11% rebate on landscaping blocks and AC2 pressure-treated lumber and decking today.
Save big money at Menards.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Performances begin July 9th at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
Upgrade your garage, patio, or basement this spring with our beautiful cutting-edge concrete coatings. Our coatings are 4 times stronger than epoxy and guaranteed to increase your home's value. For a limited time, save up to $500 off your project. Plus, call during this program to see if you qualify for payment starting at just $30 a month.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
A new study suggests peanut allergies can be avoided by feeding children peanut products when they're infants. An estimated 1 in 13 children have food allergies in the U.S., and nuts can cause some of the most dangerous allergic reactions. Dr. Drew Bird with the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends parents give peanut products to children starting between 4 and 6 months of age.
That effect of giving that frequent exposure to peanut early in life was really persistent and effective, and really saved many of these children who were at high risk of having peanut allergy from having that lifelong disease.
Oh, bad.
Bird says parents should start your child on solids like soft or pureed fruits or veggies. Once they can tolerate that, move on to thinned out peanut butter. Also start small and gradually increase that amount. As the search for a cure to breast cancer continues, a local woman dedicating her life to raising awareness for the disease must now once again battle it. Nikki Panico is executive director of Susan G. Komen in Wisconsin. She was moved to support the cause after she lost her mother and her aunt to breast cancer. Panico herself later fought and beat the disease, but after 14 years in remission, she learned her breast cancer had returned.
Do not let your guard down on your own health. As I said, 14 years ago, I had a double mastectomy, chemotherapy, and I thought breast cancer was behind me. But all the time, I pay attention to how my body looks, how it feels, and what changes. And that is how I was able to identify these physical signs of breast cancer. So always be aware and advocate for your health.
Panico says she underwent surgeries in December and January and will soon be starting chemotherapy and radiation. And we are less than 2 weeks away now from the annual Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk for breast cancer. The ceremony starts at 9 a.m. Saturday, June 8th at the Alliant Energy Center. If you'd like to walk alongside the News 3 Now team or register your own team, you can find all that information that you need to register online at channel3000.com/Komen. Still ahead, why Nissan is warning people not to drive some of its vehicles. Plus, a Wisconsin school district has people seeing double. Find out how many sets of twins they have in their schools. And we're getting a break from the rainy weather for a bit. Blaze with the complete forecast after a short break.
Don't miss A1 Furniture's Memorial Day sale. $1 million in inventory must be sold. Two-piece sofa and love seat or sectional only $9.99. Recliners from $2.99. Lift recliners $9.99. No interest financing for 12 months. Only at A1 Furniture.
Nobody wants to put a new roof over their head. It's too expensive. And if they can extend the life of that roof and get 5 more years or 10 more years, it's a no-brainer.
What RoofMax does is it helps people in that they don't have to spend that $15,000, $20,000 on a new roof. They can spend pennies on the dollar.
The RoofMax product was a small percentage of cost of replacing a roof.
This is a great financial decision for us as a community.
You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont it. We want the night lights, the bright lights, I'll put you in the spotlight, light. Yeah. You want style? Well, now I'll show you where you gotta be. Tell you what you gotta see. Ooh, it's gonna make you smile. You want it, we got it, it's all here. Rosemont.
Summertime fun is in full swing in Rosemont. From grand slams to hot jams. To Rosemont it your way, start at rosemont.com.
Rosemont.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
You may not know what to make of Eric Hovde, but if you're getting older or have a loved one who is, Eric Hovde has a plan for you. Eric Hovde thinks people living in nursing homes should not have the right to vote. That's right.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Stripping seniors of the right to vote? Eric Hovde, what's wrong with this guy?
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
Try it this Memorial Day for only $14.95 plus free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
It's A1 Furniture's Memorial Day sale on now. Incredible prices on spring air mattresses. Queen size from $2.99. Get a free adjustable base with purchase of mattress $9.99 or more. Only at the A1 Furniture and Mattress Memorial Day sale.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Nissan is issuing a do not drive warning today for more than 83,000 vehicles equipped with recalled, unrepaired Takata airbags. That warning covers certain model years 2002 to 2006 Nissan Sentras, 2002 to 04 Pathfinders, and 02 to 03 Infiniti QX4s. If you have one of those vehicles, they say don't drive until the repair is complete and the defective airbag is replaced. Nissan and Infiniti are offering free towing, mobile repair, and in select locations, loaner vehicles. Quiet weather the rest of the work week. Rain could return Friday night. Here's Blaze with a complete forecast.
And we mentioned earlier in the newscast that this has been a fairly active tornado season so far, and really Wisconsin's tornado season is only just beginning. So I wanted to highlight the approximate location and rating of all the tornadoes that have touched down across Wisconsin. We've had our batch here across southern Wisconsin making history back in February with those 2 tornadoes, and then a stretch of tornadoes to our north. Also want to point out that for the first time ever on Washington Island, there has been a documented tornado that's coming in at an EF1. That is really dominating the ratings across Wisconsin. We did have an EF2. We're up to 22 so far. Our average for the year is 23. And as I mentioned, the tornado season is just beginning. But we've also just mentioned it's finally quieting down, and that's all thanks to a high pressure system that has kept Radar 3000 quiet throughout your Wednesday to our north. As I was just talking about tornadoes, now switching over to frost advisories for northern Wisconsin as we look to end May. Those temperatures overnight dipping into the mid to upper 30s. We're not going to get that cold here across southern Wisconsin, even though we don't have that cloud cover keeping us warm this evening. We are going to hang out in those mid to upper 40s to low 50s. Really just clouds kind of dotting across southern Wisconsin today. We're still in the upper 60s in the Madison area. Those northeasterly winds are light and our dew points are low. Our fair weather friend, that high pressure system overhead, keeping our weather and our winds quiet, and that's going to continue overnight and throughout your Thursday as well. All right, temperatures across southern Wisconsin, upper 60s to low 70, 74 in Boscobel, 64 in Mineral Point, 69 in Madison, and taking it in closer to home across Dane County, all of us pretty much right around 69 or 70 degrees. A little bit cooler in Perry. We are at 68. Now, our dew points for this time of year is what's making it very comfortable out this evening, and we're going to continue to see these lower dew points throughout the overnight into your Thursday, so throw open the windows. It's not too often that towards the end of May, early June, we get dew points into those 40s, let alone the low 50s. We'd expect those to be much higher as the kind of moisture moves its way northward. But these northeasterly winds indicating that that high pressure system is overhead. As we look future track ahead into the overnight, right around midnight going into Thursday, those winds beginning to shift just a little bit, but our temperatures remaining very comfortable. Throw open the windows, let in some of that fresh air, because as we make our way further into June and July, I'm sure we will be reminiscing about these very nice conditions once the dog days of summers kind of get set up here. But that high pressure system keeping a lot of that cloud cover and rain just off to our west, not only throughout your Thursday, but throughout Thursday night into most of Friday as well. Clouds beginning to really move on in as we look further into your Friday night and then overnight into early Saturday as well. Good news for farmers who are still looking to plant. There is some drier maybe trends ahead as we look into June. We're not necessarily in the green, we're not in the brown, so we're somewhere in between. And a lot of the rain over the next 7 days staying well off to our west, so that is some good news there towards the end of May into early June. 40s tonight back at home, and we're planning on climbing back into those low 70s. Plenty of sunshine for your Thursday. No alert days in not only the 7-day, but also your 10-day as well. Let's take it full screen so folks can see that. It's not too often that we get to not have an alert day on that 10-day forecast, but 80s return on Sunday if you're itching for that summer-like temperatures, and we look to stay in those 80s all the way through about the end of next week.
All right, Blaze, thank you. So how many sets of twins did your school have? One Wisconsin school district has 18 sets of twins. Kim Leholm met some of them to hear what they think of the multiples.
In the Cameron School District, it's not uncommon to be seeing double.
Around the school, sometimes we get mixed up and stuff. At least I do.
You have Jessica and Caitlin Holman, Dylan and Elena Frankenberg.
Sometimes it's a little annoying seeing him every day at school.
Easton and Camden Grilly.
We normally like the same things. So we play a lot like basketball, football.
And Jasper and Levon Johnson.
I'm 1 minute older. We're both 8. No, I'm 8 1 minute.
That's just naming a few. And they all have one thing in common. They're
twins.
In fact, twins are a regular sight in the Cameron School District.
It's pretty cool in my opinion.
There are 18 pairs of them in a district with just around 1,200 students.
There is a lot of twins.
The twins don't have secret languages, and they can't read each other's minds.
I think it's just that you've been with the person for so long that you can know what they're going to say or something.
But one thing they do have is a person they can always rely on to have their back.
It's like having another friend, like a really close friend that always lives with you, or just is always with you.
If some of your friends aren't getting along with you at that time, you always have somebody to play with.
It's not clear what the secret of the Cameron School District is. Maybe it's the water.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Or maybe it's the people of Cameron.
A lot of people just they come here. I think because Cameron's just a good school to go to.
Making it a place many want to be.
And there are 4 pairs of twins in the elementary school, 9 in the middle school, and 5 in the high school. We're back after a short break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What's at the top of your home improvement list? Did you say better home insulation? Because better insulation makes everything you do in your home better. Even just walking in the front door on a hot day. So get ready for summer now with USA Premium Foam. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. Call now for $1,200 off whole home insulation plus a $1,200 tax credit. But that ends May 31st.
USA Insulation.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up.
How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 Best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Mike Super, Magic and Illusion, America's Got Talent finalist, winner of NBC's Phenomenon, leaving audiences speechless. Now you can see Mike Super live. Saturday, June 15th at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. A show for the whole family to enjoy this Father's Day weekend. Mike Super, Magic and Illusion at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
Well, finally, it is time to celebrate a beloved mammal. Today is World Otter Day. The International Otter Survival Fund created the day to raise awareness of the dangers facing otters and educate people on how to protect their habitats. 12 of the 13 species of otters are declining in numbers. 7 are considered vulnerable and 5 are classified as endangered. Some fun facts about the charming creatures. River otters can hold their breath for 8 minutes. Sea otters for 5. About 90% of all sea otters reside on Alaska's coast, and otters use rocks to open up clams. You can celebrate the day by learning about otters, contribute to otter conservation efforts, and just for fun, watch Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Aww.
I was floored that our producer, Steve Combs, put Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas in there. I loved that show. It was a Jim Henson show.
Okay.
1977, so I'm aging myself.
I unfortunately was not
young
around.
Then. You were not there
Was it
yet.
good, though?
It was quite good. I highly endorse for children Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. It's starting to feel like summer finally around here, though.
It is. I'll have to Google it because, as I mentioned, I was not there. Okay, let me quickly just run. I'm posting this to social media, but this is not really what I think a lot of folks want to see right now. They want to see the 10-day forecast. It's alert free, and we are going to continue to sit underneath these quiet conditions for really the rest of your Wednesday night, Thursday, and most of Friday as well. Starting Sunday, 80s return, and starting Saturday morning, rain.
I like that better than tornado talk,
yes,
please.
me too.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. We'll be back here tonight at 10. Have a great evening.